I'm going to be bringing a updated 2028 election now that the government shutdown is over, but also with how drastically Trump's approval rating has plummeted. I mean, before the government shutdown on October 31st, uh October 31st was the last day the government was not shut down. Trump's disapproval rating was at negative 7.8%. 44% of the country approved of him. Now, look at this. After the government shutdown is over, now his disapproval rating is negative 12.4%. Only 42% of the country approves of him now. And earlier, in September 46, now only 40, that's a 4 point difference in the last 3 months. And this is really bad for Trump. We're getting close to his 2020 numbers. And if y'all remember 2020, it was a Biden blowout. Now, uh in in terms of the popular vote and the electoral college too, but in the electoral college, Trump was only, I believe, roughly 100,000 votes away from winning it if he won Wisconsin, Arizona, and Georgia. But in the popular vote, Biden won 51% the popular vote, and Trump only won 47% the popular vote. We also saw a bit of a libertarian movement compared to 2024. Um, so I want to go over what that would look like. Now, I do believe Gavin Newsom is the closest current day politician to Joe Biden. Of course, Gavin Newsom is a lot younger than Joe Biden was in 2020, and so is JD Vance, a lot younger than Trump was in 2020. So I do think that does help both of them. Gavin Newsom, of course, wasn't a senator. He's not in DC. He's a governor, which honestly could help him on the campaign trail, separated from all the DC drama. And he also has been leading, of course, or got Prop 50 passed in California with voters approving on it on November 4th. So, and with JD Vance, so I want to go ahead and give an updated 2028 election now with all these numbers. Now, I'll start off with the safe states for Gavin Newsom. Now, of course, I do believe Trump's approval rating may balance back out, but also it may not. If there's another crisis like that in the government, then it could be like that. And then also, later in December, I believe, Congress has another vote on whether or not to extend the Affordable Care Act credits. And Democrats don't sorry, Democrats don't have the votes to extend it. So we're gonna see Republicans vote against it, which when healthcare premiums go up starting 2026, we could see Trump's approval rating maybe stay at this with how high the um the premiums for many Americans' health insurance will go up. And also, I do believe I I'm not gonna use this, but I do believe there is a bit of a housing bubble, or really, I believe there's like a housing bubble slash AI bubble. I mean, we're seeing how Trump float a 50-year mortgage. Like, come on, like housing prices are way too high, and we're also, well, sorry, I don't actually know that, but like whenever you're floating a 50-year mortgage plan, it seems like house prices are too high. And I do think the average American voter is going to feel that. I also believe that we could see the beginning of an end of the AI bubble, possibly during his 4-year term, or maybe by around 27. I wouldn't be surprised if like this AI bubble pops. Um, let's go here. I do believe Iowa will probably go back to like 8%, but there is a huge farmer popular. A lot of Iowa and these states over here are their economy is held up by farm work a lot, and we could possibly, and even in Nebraska, their GDP has gone down since Trump taken office because of tariffs. So we could see Nebraska go down to 8% margin. Same with Iowa too. Iowa could definitely be rough for the Republicans. We're also seeing uh, their incumbent Republican senator retire in 2026. So that could definitely hurt Republican name recognition in Iowa. They also have not the most popular Republican governor. So I definitely do think Republicans are hurting in Iowa. Um, I believe Texas will probably go back down to 2020 numbers at around 6.5%. And also Florida, with Ron DeSantis gone, uh, because Ron DeSantis is term limited and he will no longer be governor after 2026. So that could also hurt name recognition in Florida too. And with this negative 12% of disapproval rating, it, Republicans could also struggle in Florida. Although I do think Ohio stays in that 8% margin since Vance is a former VP candidate there. And if we look at the latest New Jersey's governor's race, if we go to governors and we go to 2020, oh, they don't have 2025, I guess, yet. Uh, we saw New Jersey's governor's race, Wikipedia. What was this? Eight, what, close to a 16-point blowout by the Democrats. I expect Gavin Newsom to easily take New Jersey back. We could also see Minnesota fall into the safe column, but probably closer to maybe 2020 numbers, maybe by around 6%. Uh, Also believe the same. Virginia, I do believe, just based off Trump's approval rating right now, could go back into that safe column, but probably more around 8% or 7%. Uh, we're seeing Republican support with the Latino base absolutely collapse. So we could see Arizona flip to Gavin Newsom with if there's a strong turnout with the Latino base in Arizona, and we also see maybe what is it like? I think 45% of white people would have to vote for Gavin Newsom in this scenario for him win Arizona. Uh, Roy Cooper is doing very well in North Carolina in polling, so that could definitely help Democrats. That could mean Democrats can win it in 2028. I expect Wisconsin to also go to Democrats, as in the 2024 election. It was the closest swing state to voting for Harris. Uh, Governor Josh Shapiro will be governor of Pennsylvania at this time, I believe. Yes. Name recognition will definitely help. And also, if uh, Governor Josh Shapiro is the nominee for Democrats, that's definitely going to help them win Pennsylvania. Or Josh Shapiro could just be a VP candidate with Gavin Newsom. Popular Governor Gretchen Whitmer in Michigan, I expect her to possibly be on the ticket with Gavin Newsom, but I expect Michigan to go to Gavin Newsom. Also in Georgia, John Ossoff is doing very well in polling, and with Trump's disapproval rating, I have no reason not to believe Democrats won't win it in 2028. The only swing state I have going to JD Vance right now is Nevada. This district of Maine will go to JD Vance, and this district of Nebraska will go to Gavin Newsom. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and peace out.